Hey, good day, everybody. Welcome to this new and exciting monthly series that we're starting. We're going to be doing a meditation class with Chashi Skobac. And if you're not familiar, Chashi was with us at our Noahide Society of Canada conference we had the end of November. And boy, was she great. She really teaches the real deal meditation. And she's been doing this for a number of years with Jewish communities. And she's kind of modified what she's been sharing so it's proper for Noahides, and it's just exciting stuff. And she's a beautiful lady. If you're not familiar, she is Rabbi Michael Skobac's wife, but in her own right, she is just a lady who loves life, and we look forward to hearing what she's got to share. So let's not delay any longer. Let's jump right in and say hello to Chashi Skobac. Chashi, you are live on the air with the Noahide World Center social media pages, and we're going to turn this class over to you. So good of you to do this, and I did post a note over an hour ago and told people to be in a calm space and to sit upright and be prepared for meditation. So we're going to turn the class over to you, and so good to be with you tonight.
Well, thank you, Dan, for setting all this up. Really, really appreciate it. And I'm sure everybody there does too. So welcome everybody to the first online Noahide class for 2023. It's a good time to start new things in the beginning of the year. I want to dedicate this class to the complete healing and recovery of our good friend, my good friend and my husband's good friend, Rabbi Benjamin Hecht. And we hope that he has a complete recovery. And I'm going to just say a little prayer that God should guide this class and bring us all closer to his presence. So, is meditation a revolutionary act in today's world of distraction? If it is a revolutionary act, exactly what is it revolting against? So meditation is a focus on something. It's a point of focus that the person chooses, and it's a sustained focus. It's not just for a few seconds. And meditation is a revolt against pop-up ads that come on your screen just when you're trying to read an article or look at a photograph. All of a sudden, something pops up in your face and it says, don't look at that article. Don't look at that photo. Look at me. I'm paying for this space. You better look at me. Or maybe when you come home from work and you want to sit down and be quiet and listen to some music, your phone rings and it's your work calling. And here you thought you were home and finished with work for the day. Or maybe you're reading a bedtime story to your kid and the phone rings and it's one of those calls that want you to buy something. So meditation is really a revolt against our world that is too fragmented, with all the little pieces bumping up against each other in a seeming competing and random fashion. It's a world where we're not supposed to be satisfied with anything we have for too long. Maybe you got a phone that's still perfectly good and the new model comes out and all the ads are popping up. Get this new phone, it has a feature that you don't have. So when everything is demanding your attention, then you can attend to nothing. And when everything wants you to focus on it, you end up focusing on nothing. You give a superficial glance to something, and then you redirect it onto the next thing for another quick glance. When meditation gives sustained focus on something, it graces it with more than just a superficial glance. A sustained focus offers a deeper look at the surface of something and beyond. A familiarity develops between you and whatever you choose to focus on. It's a bonding of sorts. Now, in this age of distraction, when everything is competing for our attention, there are certain things that do break through and that we do focus on. These are usually the things that we like, or the things that are emergency, that might be a matter of survival, and we have to focus on those. But in thinking about what we like, maybe we're getting together with a friend and we're listening to the friend as they're talking about something that they want to help with. And so we're listening to them and focusing on them for a sustained period of time. Maybe it's a sport that you like. Maybe you're going skiing and you're focusing on that wonderful ride down the hill as you're zooming past the trees and you're zooming past just that feel of the mountain and the feel of the air. And it has your full attention and your full concentration. Or maybe it's your newborn child and you just can't get enough of looking at that child and every single little movement and every single little smile and little sound that it makes. You're all focused, but you don't even realize it. Here you are doing something that's very, very meditative, and it's just a natural part of life. So any one of those things is very capable of capturing somebody's focus. Even something superficial like a new car, a shiny new car, and the owner can walk around it 100 times and never get tired of it. Or a new article of clothing, a very nice new dress, and you can twirl around and look in the mirror a million times and you'll never get tired of it. Now, somebody, let's take a seemingly superficial object like a car. If somebody looks at it long enough and then they close their eyes, they're going to see an image in their mind's eye of that car because it's sort of imprinted in their brain. And that is an inadvertent and unintended meditation, but yet it's something that happens naturally. Now, is focusing on a seemingly mundane object spiritual in nature? Well, I would argue in certain ways it is. Maybe not as spiritual as focusing on other things. Now, I'm going to try a meditation with you this evening, and we're going to try the meditation on something that's more of a familiar subject when we think of meditation. We're going to focus on the breath. We're going to meditate on the breath. Now, some of you might think, depending on how familiar you are with meditation and how experienced you are, but someone who's not experienced and is new to meditation might say, the breath? What is there to see about or experience when focusing on the breath? I mean, it's just, okay, I breathe in and I breathe out. The breath is something that most of us take for granted. It goes under the radar. It's something that we just don't stop and think about or experience of it. So I'm going to give a few guiding points in the meditation before we meditate, a few instructions. And also, I'm going to present the meditation on the breath a little bit differently from the way it's usually approached in meditation. Now, I do guided meditations with people for the most part. So all of you are going to have your eyes closed when you do the meditation. And I'm going to suggest things that you're going to put in your mind's eye, that you're going to imagine. And these are all things that you're familiar with and you've seen before. So it's nothing that you have to really conjure up new. It's something that really, really exists. And you're going to allow yourself to imagine as clearly and that as you can, and keep the image in your mind, in your mind's eye, this visual image, until I suggest another one. Try to keep it in your mind. And if I change it a little bit, try to have the change happen in your mind's eye. So you're all going to be a part of it. You're going to be a very active participant. And the more you're part of it, and the more you're active and try, the more real this meditation is going to be, and the more you'll really, really experience it. If I suggest an emotion, try to feel the emotion and keep that emotion with you, really experience it, make it real for yourself until I would suggest another one. Now, if your mind begins to wander, which is very easy for that to happen, as soon as you realize it, bring it back to the meditation and just start wherever we are in the meditation. And relax and enjoy this. Even though you're an active participant, you can relax with it, enjoy it, and say, this is going to be fun. This is going to be really nice. It might be a little different. Try something new. Now, if you feel at any point that you're not comfortable with this and it's too difficult for you, you can just open your eyes or keep your eyes closed and just relax for the rest of the meditation. And if you want to rejoin the meditation at any point, you can. So there's no pressure involved here, no pressure. And if you find that your mind is sort of directed in another way, but it's still a meditation, but that other direction feels right to you, then you can continue with that. So I suggest that when you do the meditation, you're sitting in a chair where your feet can reach the floor so they can rest flat on the floor. And your back is straight. You're not slumped over, but your back is nice and straight, although it's not stiff. You're relaxed. Straight but relaxed. And your hands are in your lap. And close your eyes. And just try to go along with the suggestions that I'm going to make. So as you're sitting here with your eyes closed, become aware in your mind and experiencing the space around you. Become aware of the room that you're sitting in. Try to picture, in a way, the space between the floor and the ceiling. Is it a high ceiling room? Is it a low ceiling room? Is it just a normal height ceiling? And try to imagine the walls on either side. Is it a big room, a small room? And just get a picture in your mind's eye and a feel of being in that room, even though your eyes are closed. Feel that space around you. And you have to ask yourself, what is in the room? Well, you're in the room, sitting here on your chair with your feet on the floor, back straight. You're in the room. Your chair is in the room. Feel yourself sitting on the chair. Feel your feet on the floor. There's other furniture in the room, most likely. So what else is in the room? If there's no other people, maybe there's someone else in the room. So there's you, the chair, furniture, maybe a dog. Did I hear a dog? But what's filling the space? There's space in the room. All the space that doesn't have something in it. All that empty space. Try to picture in your mind's eye the empty space in the room. Is there anything in that empty space other than what I mentioned? Yes, there is. There's air in the empty space. Every place in this your room that you're in, where there's no furniture, where there's not you, where there's no object, and there's just space, air is filling that space. And there's plenty of air, I would guess. There's a plentiful supply of air. And that air is there just for you to breathe. So every time you take a breath, every time you inhale, you're making use of this air that's all around you. And every time you take a breath, and every time you inhale, you don't have to worry where is my next supply going to come from for my next breath. You don't have to worry about that. You can freely take that next inhale. And feel the air coming into you, drawing from that plentiful supply in the room. That's there just for you. what a stress-free experience. Knowing that you can take your next breath and you don't have to worry that there's not going to be enough for you to take the breath. Let yourself breathe with that thought in mind. How all the air is here just for you. To take your next breath. Without worrying. Where is my plentiful supply going to come from? Just that idea can make your breath more pleasurable as we're sitting here experiencing it. By noticing something that we always take for granted. By noticing that there's a life-sustaining atmosphere provided just for you. How many things in life are stress-free? How many activities nowadays are stress-free? You can allow this everyday, all the time activity to be a moment of relaxation and stress-free. Even if other people would walk in the room and sit down with you, you don't have to worry about your portion. There's enough air for everybody. And the air is free. You don't have to pay for it. And it's not fattening. You're consuming it all the time. And it doesn't make you feel heavy or too full. Allow yourself to breathe freely and enjoy it. and let yourself bond and focus in on this wonderful experience between you and the air. And the air makes room for you. It just goes around you. There's always room for you. And when you're ready, after you're done with your experience and focus of your breath, and feeling grateful to the air around you and the room, you can slowly open your eyes. At your own pace, and let your focus come back to the room with your eyes open. Now, since I don't see you, or you, all of you, you see me, but I don't see you. So I'm not quite sure. Some of you might still be having your eyes closed and into the breathing meditation. Some of you are probably have your eyes open and back to the room in a normal way. Now, Dan, are you able to see any questions or any comments of the experience that anybody has posted in the chat?
There's nothing in the chat at the moment, Hashi, but we did get shut down on 2 Facebook channels. Somebody made a complaint that it was inappropriate, and
Inappropriate?
I don't know, and so I had to click against I had to dispute it while we were doing the meditation there. So.
I think breathing is very inappropriate.
Well,
Maybe I should rethink this.
some people are just trolls, and they just, they're just so filled with tension. They just, they have to just make the rest of the world tense. And I think that this opportunity to decompress and refocus and actually, like, be grateful for the air. Think about it. It surrounds you. It engulfs you. It's there.
Yes, Dan, you got it. So that's too bad. So who's open? You had that you were shut down on 2 Facebook channels.
Well, we got 6 minutes and 7 seconds on the Noahide World Center Facebook channel, and we got over 13 minutes and 33 seconds on the Noahide Society of Canada page recorded.
What does that mean? You mean they gave us a certain amount of time and then closed it down? I don't understand what all that means.
Basically, they cut the stream, right? So somebody claimed it was sexually inappropriate, and so Facebook hacked it and blocked it, and so my scheduled stream got cut off. I'd have to reset it up to.
But you said the Noahide channel also shut down.
Noahide World Center Facebook page. We're still up on YouTube, though.
I see. Yeah. Oh, the World Center Facebook page. Somebody on Facebook said it was inappropriate.
Yeah. And there, like I said, this is why I didn't want to open the Zoom meeting up publicly, because I've had trolls. They just try to look for meetings to disrupt, and sadly, it's a reality of some of the tension that's out there. But yeah, nasty to see. Yeah, they said they slammed this as sexually inappropriate on Facebook, and so I had to dispute it, right? Because I got to answer to the No Hide World Center on when they see the if they get multiple hits on their they can get their thing yanked, right? Their station yanked, and yeah, I got to answer for every complaint, and nasty. But there's no reason.
Well, maybe
that
because they saw my face with my eyes closed. I don't know. It's weird. I mean, I wonder if anybody was actually really serious about that, or
I
that they were just bad actors.
They're more than likely just bad actors, and they probably don't like to decompress and lose the tension they need to.
All right.
Yeah.
So, do we have any questions now? Did anyone write any questions while we were discussing what was going on with the trolls and all that? Did anybody post a question that they had about the meditation?
No, we've got my friend Kelly, who you met at the conference. She's with us
Yes.
on YouTube, as well as Imam Pamuji in India, and a few other people. Yeah.
Any comments? I'm inviting comments or questions.
Anybody got any questions out there? Feel free to throw
Or
it in the
sharing
chat.
your experience.
There's about
either
a 30
in a positive or a complaint about it, or a question about it, or a good
Hashi,
experience.
you need to understand there's a 30-second delay between what we post broadcast out there before they hear us, so they're not hearing us instantly like that. So
they're not. Okay.
Yeah, there's about a 30-second lag between me bouncing the signal to them and
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, 30 seconds. That's not insignificant.
No, 30 is noticeable, and yeah, they'll hear everything we just said for sure, but it takes a few seconds for it to get out there. You and I hear it, immediately, but this is just the way lag works. So if anybody's got any,
okay, because you said it was going to be live an instant, but I guess that's not instant. Live doesn't mean instant.
Yeah, I mean, as instant can be. Yeah.
Okay, got it. Because this is I've never taught in this particular format, broadcast in this particular way, so it's new to me too.
Well, the video's looking clear, and everybody's hearing you all right. So
okay, so now they know about I asked for questions or comments or sharing. So can we just raise hand if anybody wants to? Is there a raising hand kind of option?
No, not like in Zoom. Zoom, you've got a little hand symbol.
Yeah, you have a hand. You can raise a hand.
Yeah, that's only in the Zoom meeting, but
okay.
Yeah. No, it seems to be good so far. I mean, we've got plenty of views so far on YouTube, and I'm sorry we got cut off on Facebook, though.
So let me ask you, Dan, in this kind of format, do you ever get people posting a question on chat? Is that something that happens or not usually?
It happens often with a few classes, like we do some live Q&As and
that's often live Q&A though. That's
sometimes people can't restrain themselves and they got to ask a question, but often we get the same repeated questions and
but I mean, in this format on YouTube, is our questions possible or not? I just don't know the format.
Oh, they can put all the questions they want in the chat. Yeah.
Oh, okay, but we just didn't get any.
If I get any, I'll let you know. We've got about we got a dozen or more comments in the chat.
Okay, anything relevant to the class?
No.
Oh, nothing relevant. Just comments about other topics.
Oh, just hello. You've got a shalom Chashi there, and a couple of hearts and emojis, and and then I asked if everybody was hearing us all right out there, and yeah, they said yes.
Okay. So, if there's no comments or no questions, I have one more meditation that I'm going to do with the group out there, and it's very, very similar to what we just did, but I'm going to kick it up a notch just with connecting it to something a little bit more spiritual. Okay. So, the first meditation that we did, I named, although I didn't tell you the name before, I named it the enjoyable breathing meditation, because my idea was that if people realized that they had this plentiful supply of air and the air was free and the air was so accommodating to allowing everything in the room and sort of flowing around each thing, such a miraculous kind of a phenomenon that we have, this life-giving phenomenon of air that's actually quiet and humble because it never really demands attention. Most times we forget about it. In fact, I don't remember ever having a meditation that included focusing on the air around us. I never did.
Yeah, we
So,
had a comment here, Hashi from Taranjo Hagrado. He says, "This is nice. I have trouble focusing. I multitask constantly. I was actually able to close my eyes and concentrate on my breath. I think I'm going to bed as I feel more relaxed. Thank you."
all right, have a good night. You have a very good night and a peaceful sleep. But you're going to miss the next meditation. What was his name? Tanchi? Oh, Taranjo. Okay. Anyway, have a good night. Um, so if you think about it and all the things that we said about the air and how it's so quiet, except if when we're outside and there's a storm. But in the house, it's usually just quiet and unobtrusive, and we don't notice it, and we walk through it, and walk around with it, and breathe it all the time, and just forget about it. We don't notice it. So when you stop and notice it, you realize how miraculous it really is. It's invisible. It accommodates everything. It's life sustaining. Even though it's up around us and right up to your face and skin, it doesn't hurt. Okay, so in the summer it can be a little hot. In the winter it can be a little cold, but if if you're lucky enough to have central heating and air conditioning, which a lot of us are, thank God, it just feels good and you don't feel it even. So it's very miraculous if you think about it. Air is a very unbelievable, miraculous thing. And we're going to do a meditation where lots of things that we just focused on and became aware of, we're going to include an feeling of gratefulness and of acknowledgement to the true source where these things came from, and include that in our meditation. So, what you might want to do is just stand up for a minute, everybody, and stretch. Just like stand up and, shake your arms around and shake your legs around and just kind of move for a minute, just to kind of, because some of you might, we're sitting very still for a period of time, and just to kind of shake yourself out and relax, and then come and sit back down again. That's always a good thing to do between meditations. So I'll give you a moment for that. And Dan, they're not going to hear for what I just said for another 30 seconds, right? Okay, I have to keep that in mind. Dan, I really like that flowing frame that you have around me. I love the way the movement of that.
Yes, I thought it was kind of, the colors were, I thought they worked. The background gets a little bit much, but yeah, it's all one image, and yeah, I've kind of put it into what do you call it? Just a circle, doing
But it's
like a
also very
carousel.
flowing, that frame, and very relaxing, like flowing water.
Yeah, you can think of it that way. Sure.
Yeah, and I like it. I mean, I like the fact that just the frame with the flowing movement and the, it's curving and it's very nice.
We've
So,
had a couple more comments. Taranjo did reply. He said, "I really do appreciate this as my mind raises constantly. Such a blessing." And then he goes on, "I tend to be a bit late, so I rewind in the beginning, so you end 5 to 6 minutes before I get to the end." Kelly then states, "Meditating on the air around me helps me to feel grateful and pushes away negative thoughts." Very good comment, Kelly.
thank you, Kelly. Thank you, Taranji.
Yeah, he agreed. He agreed. The air feels so nice. So grateful for it. Yeah, and other people are commenting they like the bright colors as well.
Okay, good.
Taranjo is staying in. He's sticking it with us to the
Oh,
end.
good, good, good. I'm glad. Thank you for staying in. Okay. I guess any other relevant comments, Dan? Okay. So we're going to start on our next meditation. I want you to again do the same seated position that you did in the first meditation with your feet flat on the floor, your hands on your lap, your back nice and straight, but not stiff, relaxed, but straight, and your neck nice and straight, but relaxed, your shoulders relaxed, and close your eyes. And as you close your eyes, become aware of the room around you, the room that you're in. Become aware of the floor that your feet are resting on. And that there's a ceiling somewhere above your head. And it's a room that is filled with air from floor to ceiling, from wall to wall. It's filled with air. And this is a gift from God. It's plentiful air. It's free air. And this is a gift from God. Breathe in all you want. Take a nice deep breath and fill yourself with air. This is a gift from God. And exhale. Let the air go. You don't have to worry when letting the air go, because You can take your next breath, knowing there's more air. And this is a gift from God. Let yourself breathe freely, relaxing, knowing with each breath that it is a gift from God. You are supplied with what you need for each and every breath. Feel that as you breathe. And being supplied with what you need as you breathe. This is a gift from God. You can breathe as fast or slow as you want. You can breathe as deeply or as shallowly as you want. And this is a gift from God. Even if others are in the room, there's plenty of air to go around. So breathe as deeply as you want. And this is a gift from God. The air you breathe is not fattening, but yet it nourishes all your cells. And this is a gift from God. The air you breathe is very refreshing. And this is a gift from God. The air around you forms a beautiful space. And this is a gift from God. The air you breathe gives you life. And this is a gift from God. Feel grateful to God for every breath. Feeling grateful is a gift from God. Feel grateful to God for giving all of us life. For this is a gift from God. Feel grateful to God for the group that is here. Feel grateful to God for everyone that's here. For this is a gift from God. See if you can sense the group in some kind of a way of everybody that's focused in from all parts of the world. Like-minded people who want to focus on life more deeply. Think of it as one big space and one big room that includes all the people that are here. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes at your own pace and bring your focus back to the room you're sitting in. And feel refreshed and renewed from your experience?
Yeah, so many things we take for granted that we can be grateful for, especially air. I mean, we don't think about it, and yeah, we get so used to it that we, don't thank Hashem for such things, and even the rooms we're in, just having a roof over our heads, and yeah.
Especially during this time when we've come through the worst of COVID, and a lot of people didn't have the luxury of taking their breath or the air for granted anymore.
Oh,
Some people were in ICUs, they were on
intubated, yeah,
ventilators.
yeah, nasty.
So they would be, if they're, hopefully they're better, most of them, and they would be able to appreciate a meditation like this. Sometimes you don't appreciate what you have until you
Until
don't
it's
have
gone,
it
yeah.
all the time. So, let me know if there's any comments or any sharing from this second meditation.
We got Taranjo reminded me that she's a she, not a he.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm not familiar with the name. I've never heard the name
Oh, wait a minute.
Taranjo.
Where does she live?
I'm not sure. Taranjo, whereabouts in the planet are you? If you could drop that in the comment section.
Are you on planet Earth?
Of course. And we got Adrian made a comment. The breathing.
Okay, good.
Yeah. But yeah, I think people need to realize there's so much we have to be grateful for, and just fostering the attitude of gratitude is something that is brings a degree of personal peace, and learning to slow down and take the air in and be thankful for it.
Dan, you said it very well. Absolutely so well.
Kelly made a comment. She says her girlfriend's father died from COVID in ICU. Very heartbreaking. And
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, sad.
So, I have an assignment for everyone to do in your own time until we meet again, which may be in a month. But in the meantime, you have an assignment. Now,
I still got your notes from the conference.
Oh, you do?
Right in front of me. Yeah.
Okay, good for you, Dan. You are a good student, I have to say.
I try some days better than others, but
Dan, did you meditate in between the time of the conference and now? Did you have a chance? I know you're busy.
Oh yeah. I have to. Sometimes the stress of life, it just like a wave crashing over and over and over. I have to step back. And the breathing techniques that you shared when you were here, were so helpful just to decompress and shake off the tension. I mean, I'm somebody more than most that needs to de-stress and, sometimes life, working nights all weekends and then trying to host 3 or 4 classes on a day. I actually missed one broadcast. I fell asleep. I had 90 minutes between classes and tried to catch some sleep, and I didn't wake up. I'm only human. And
you're human? I didn't know that.
Well, don't tell
everybody. I thought you were
but,
superhuman.
Oh, some days maybe, but not today. Kelly also makes a comment. She says, it helps me focus on what Hashem gives instead of focusing on the lack. And yeah, nothing can, cause a person to tense up more than the thought of lack.
Yes, that's a good point.
I
So
mean,
here we were trying to see that in this case, with the air, we don't have lack, thank God.
yes, that's something you can always focus on. Baruch Hashem.
Yeah, if
But
you ever feel like you don't have, I don't have enough money, I don't have enough clothes, I don't have enough friends, I don't have enough whatever, just sit and do this meditation, but I do have enough air to breathe. Thank God.
it's a starting point. It can be a springboard. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
For sure.
Yeah, without the air, you wouldn't be alive. So, here's what my assignment is. I want everybody to select something to focus on during the month. You can select one thing. It can be anything.
One thing.
Something that you feel you would like to focus on and bond with and see more into it, notice more about it. It can be anything. It can be a tree, it can be a flower, it can be a person, it can be your breath again, it can be an animal, it can be a candle, it can be a word, it can be a sentence, it can be anything that you want. And you're going to focus on it more than once. And the first time, and I don't want you to focus on it at any of the times for less than a minute. You can do it with your eyes opened or closed. And after you're done focusing on it each time, write down the new things that you became aware of or noticed about it.
Excellent. Right.
And put the date that you did each of the focuses on it. And it'll be interesting to see, let's say you focused on something for a minute on one day, and then you focused on it again, I don't know, for 5 minutes the next time. Did you notice anything new that you didn't notice the first time? Any new feelings about it? Any new emotions about it? Anything? Any new connections that you made with it? So that's the assignment.
Well,
I bet they didn't think they'd get an assignment, but since we're not going to meet for a month, you want to keep on practicing something. Any questions?
No, but Tarangelo clarified it's Terry Ann Joe.
Oh,
and
Terry
she's from Florida.
And Joe.
And she's from Florida.
But doesn't Taranjo sound very exotic? I imagine, where's Taranjo from? I thought she was from Indonesia or something.
Well, we get a lot of Spanish-speaking guests on this channel, and a lot of people from Texas, a lot of people from down south, the U.S., and so I just thought maybe it was of Hispanic descent, but I'm glad. Nice to meet you, Terry Ann Joe, and hope you're doing okay in Florida. I know we've got some other friends down there in Florida as well, and I think Rabbi Ingber was planning to do a meet down there this month or next month in Florida, and talking about. I know in the next couple of weeks we've got a conference coming up in Prague, and the No-Hide World Center is excited about that, and that'll be happening. I'll be meeting again with Rabbi Goldberg in the morning, doing some planning stuff, and I look forward to hearing some. I was a little tired this morning, so he said, "Look, I need you alert for this, so let's make it tomorrow," and he was busy, so.
Are you going to go to Prague, Dan?
No, no, no. It's not in. I just had my father-in-law pass away, and so my wife's over in Saskatoon right now. She's got a funeral.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, well, he was in his 90s, so and he lost his wife earlier this year. Married for 67 years. It's like, you know,
That's a lifetime.
yeah, he didn't want to go on without her, and it's a lifetime for sure. And he was a wonderful gentleman. He actually got a 65-year plaque from the RCMP for service, and he was even in his 80s working at an RCMP depot, and yeah, it was just a real civil servant type, honorable man. Sadly, my wife's a little crushed. Of course, she was daddy's little girl, but I'm sure I didn't go to the funeral because I had to work, and we had this meditation class. So,
And anyway, I'm sorry that he passed away, and I'm sorry that the meditation class was bad timing in terms of wanting going to the funeral.
well, you can't plan
Yeah.
for those sort of things,
No,
right?
you can't. There's nothing you can do about that.
Hashem knows, and I'm thankful for the opportunity to share new things with the people that have been tuning in. I've been broadcasting these for the last 5 years, and I think I'm around 1,100 broadcasts, and this is fresh and this is new, and it's been an honor to meet you, Hashi, and I
And
could use this type of meditation. It's something I need to integrate more than most, like I said, and it's just one of those things. I've been one that's always been, I've had one speed, full throttle, most of my days, and the world sometimes demands that of us, and so we've got to learn when to. Like I said, decompress. It's just one of those things that is healthy. A cell, just to think of a cell. I mean, a cell has receptors that bring in the nutrients for the cell. And when a cell gets spooked or whatever, it closes up those receptor cells, and it tries to protect itself. It's that almost like a fight or flight mechanism, but it can only do that for a certain length of time, and it will deteriorate if it doesn't. And as an organism ourselves, we've got to look at ourselves, in the same light. You can't stay in that tense atmosphere indefinitely. It's just not healthy. It's not good. And seeking peace, or being, you got to look at it as a gift from Hashem. I think you were really bringing that to light tonight, that it's you got to look at it as a gift from Hashem, like the air, and learn to just let the tension go, and the stress, let it go. If it's if you're dirty, wash it off, right? If you're under that kind of pressure, just drop it, right? Who needs it? And
it's nice that we have the opportunity, the ability to meditate, and a way to counteract that, stress and tension. I mean, I also need to meditate every day because I also am impacted by a lot of stress, worries, all that kind of thing. So I know how important it is from personal experience. And that's why I got into, meditation. And, there's different kinds of meditations. Some meditations will be more appropriate for one person. Another kind of a meditation will be more appropriate for another person. And
we're all unique. Yeah.
it's a matter of discovering which
Mm-hmm.
kind of meditation is good for you, each person. And sometimes that you can find it on your own by exploring and playing around with different things. You can one way, if you're not sure about meditation, like what kind is good for you, is you can always put on some meditative kind of soft music, meditative music, um, and just sit and listen to it and relax while you're listening to this music. And you can now music is so available in different formats. You can, write in meditative music and try out different kinds and see and download what you think is good for you and
Brown noise
and listen to it and breathe along. Be aware of your breath as you're listening to the music. Be aware of any kind of tense muscles that you might have in your body and relax them while you're listening to the music. You can lay on the floor and listen to the music. You can lay on your back and just relax and let yourself sink into the floor. um and there's so many different ways to meditate, so this was just one. And we can explore other types of meditation as well, other ways to meditate.
Well,
So,
on the bright side, Facebook has admitted they got it wrong on both channels, but they restored the posts. But like I said, they restored them, but the live stream got cut. Yeah, but
so the live stream they never restored.
well, they can't once they cut the live stream, it interrupts my restream software. The way you've got to program a fresh live stream, right? And so
Oh,
I most people don't realize I got to spend nearly a half hour to an hour before each broadcast setting up the broadcast. And once it's set up with the stream keys and connecting it all and ensuring it's all connected, if that gets interrupted like that, basically it's severed. So this is why I got 6 minutes and 30 seconds on the one station and 13 minutes and change on the other. That was the point. The stream was interrupted, and I'll try and
when
probe it because I'll have to answer to the No Hide World Center for the allegation or the
yeah, but
yeah.
so they admitted they were wrong.
Facebook had admitted they were wrong. It's
Well,
basically
what
it
made
says
them get it wrong? Like, what happened that they got it wrong? Because someone complained?
basically, yeah, somebody can report something as inappropriate and claim it's this or that type of content when it's not. And there's basic community standards, and things have changed so much on social media in the last few years. I mean,
It's very ironic is that often things are reversed, like certain kinds of posts or programs are shut down by complaints, and stuff that is really bad is allowed to continue.
afloat. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
it's nasty.
right, and that's not taken down. I mean, there have been experiments done with that to see, like, Facebook has certain biases and certain answers certain kind of complaints, but lets other stuff just stay up, which should definitely be taken down. So it's very ironic that the good stuff often is taken down and the bad stuff is left up, and it's a topsy
Well,
turvy world.
Hashi, I don't know. I mean, there's sometimes I've got to block posts, and I've got to, I look after so many channels that I get often, I get complaints, and I got to pull down, some people's posts, because it's inappropriate or I don't like reporting them, but if I can block it or something. There's, a lot of the groups that I'm involved, they have similar rules of be friendly, be kind and courteous, and no hate speech and stuff like that. But, people are all different and unique, and they're under their own tensions, and they respond their own way. And I'm not here to judge anybody, but yeah, it's sad when a live stream gets interrupted, maybe by an algorithm, but I'll try and probe it a little more to make sure it wasn't someone's complaint. But yeah, that's one of the reasons why I especially during the first meditation, I was kind of backed off. I had to, I got these, things jumping up on the screen. I got to deal with it. So
Do you know how many people were on the program tonight, or on the and meditating with us? Do you have any idea?
Well, so far we're at 55 here on YouTube. There were several more on Facebook, many more. So
You mean on the ones that were cut down?
yeah,
There was many more on those, you mean?
yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Like let's see if I go just to the one. Another 15 on that one. And I got to keep switching profiles. Forgive me. They don't make it any easier. So yeah, nearly 80 people, 80 views.
Okay. Well, Dan, maybe it's time to say goodnight. Thank you so much for putting this together, for all your hard work and efforts.
Well, no,
And
thank you for sharing such beautiful relaxation techniques and focus techniques. We got to see it for what it is. I mean, meditation is one of those things that will help you focus and will help you relax and stay calm, keep it together, and it will empower you and enable you to do more functional and positive things in this world. And that's what we here at the Noahide World Center is all about. We're trying to make the world a better place. And sometimes we need to, like I said, scrub the dirt off or shake off the tension in order to be a more positive input. And
very well
meditation,
said.
yeah, for sure, is one of those things. So
Sort of like stretching before you're going to go do a workout or do exercise. You stretch first and get your muscles limber. So this is like stretching your soul, stretching your mind, and also relaxing, in a sense, stretching your muscles as well, because you're relaxing them and you're letting go of the tension.
well, there you go. So we're planning to do this as a monthly, ideally a monthly deal is what you're hoping for.
We could try, yeah, we could try for that. I wish I could do it more, but I don't have a lot of time to do it more. If things change and there's more, that's possible. But right now, I would say approximately once a month.
No, you're
That's
a
why I
busy
gave an
lady, sure.
assignment.
Well, thank you so much, and I've got that. You want us to see, select a thing, and you want us to focus on it and bond with it. Consider growth there, and write down the new things we're aware of about it. And I took my notes, and so I will aim to have that done for the next time we meet. And so tentatively we're going to aim to have another meditation class in about a month. I'll let you know on social media, folks, when that's going to be. I want to thank everybody out there that's joined us here tonight on the YouTube station. Terry Ann Joe, it's a pleasure to meet you, and Kelly, glad you came, and everybody else, thank you so much. And we're going to sign out for now, and till next time, have a wonderful day.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Dan.